бо це, я думаю, що це буде весело і інтересно. Hello, my dear friends and family. Captain Starsky joins the chat. It's been a while, and I'm so happy to see you, my friends. And besides that, I'm very, very happy to see my bro Roman. I have bro Roman, another Roman. He's my biological bro, but you're my brother from another mother. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, fine. Cool to see you. And
Cool to see.
hello, everyone.
Cool to see you too. Hello, everyone. We, as always, we have all the brave moderators there in the chat. I can see Ali. I can see, oh my God, Newman. It wasn't me. Hello, hello, my dear friends. We will talk about this. I know. And do we have Katya? I think Katya will join us as well. So it's so good to see you, my friends. It's been a while, and I was sick. Unfortunately, I am recovering, like slowly but steadily, you know. And we already have greetings from London, by the way. Roma, we will talk about
Nice.
this. And also we have greetings from Cardiff Oblast. Cardiff Oblast deserves our hugs, respect, love, all sorts of appreciation. Roman, you probably know why Cardiff Oblast specifically.
Um,
So,
no,
so the story,
yeah, explain me.
the story goes back when in 2022, Russians said that we will all suffer without Russian gas, specifically people in Cardiff who already have to do prostitution to survive, who have to eat like hamsters and stuff like that. So after that, Cardiff became a legendary place. And after that, we all, like, whenever you see people from Cardiff, you gotta send your like most warmest rays of love and energy and support. So Leisure Cat, hello, my friend. We're doing fine. We will talk about this in just a while. Roman, before we switch to you, all right, and your experience, guys, I just want to remind you that we have a tiny fundraiser. We're still running it, and it didn't run well because unfortunately I was sick. Yeah, but it's still there. It's a fundraiser for drones. We are collecting for ground-based platforms that save lives. All right. They
Starsky, sorry, can you clarify, is it okay with your microphone
microphone.
or
Microphone
my
is fine.
or my or my AirPods like
I
doing
can.
this crazy sounds? Maybe moderator can tell, or people on chat, can they hear you okay?
Okay, because I can hear you well.
Oh, now it's cool. But a few seconds before it was like
Um,
this
I was
something
I,
happened.
I was charging my phone near the computer. Okay, fuck my phone. So we are running the
Oh,
fundraiser, my dear
yeah.
friends, for the drones that save lives. All right, they save lives of Ukrainian soldiers. Please support, okay, because we are halfway there. All right. Um, and also big thanks to everyone who already donated. You can receive patches from donating. There you can see all the people who decided to post their names, all right? And with that, my dear friends, I have insane pleasure to switch to Roman Trokhymets, who, by the way, who is not only Ukrainian sniper, and he just disappeared. Oh my god. Okay, I hope that he will join us back in just a minute. Чекай, бро, повертайся. There you are. There you are. I was typing a message to you. So Roman Trokhymets, Ukrainian sniper, well known. I believe that a lot of you, my friends, saw his blogs from the front, saw his interviews and streams, and it's my privilege and pleasure to have you here. my brother. How are you generally? And before we talk about your experience in the United Kingdom, tell us generally how you feel, how's your health and stuff like that.
Yeah, thank you for inviting, bro. Long time no see you. And yeah, as some Dragunov said, wasn't a story that he died. Yeah, it was plenty of stories like that. But seems like a return be because we have agreement with Starsky that we need to arrange this interview. So I just get back, from this from better place. But
Responsible Roman.
yeah, because deal's the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm doing okay actually, and even you catch me with some energy flow. It's surprisingly for me as well because I just come back from stretching and yoga class, and it really works. At least for a few hours, it gave some inner energy, and I'm on fire. So let's do
Mm.
this. Let's raise money for your fundraising and let's talk with people because yeah, at least for now I have some energy. Let's do this.
Yoga sounds really cool. We will talk about yoga, but before that, tell us how did it feel stepping out of Ukraine after, I believe, many years?
Uh, yeah, to be completely honest, I traveled a bit last summer when I was released from army. And because I heard that traveling is healing, and I proved that no, it's not. You used to if you damage, and if your brain damage and emotional stuff, emotional state not so good, it not works because you used to take all this package with you. Doesn't matter where you are, and yeah. So that so like technically it's a second time, but it's way better because like first time I just try to run away from problems. To be honest, I just try to travel a bit and to fix my health as fast as possible to come back to Ukraine and do some useful stuff. uh, that was failure, totally failure. And now it's different because I have a purpose. I'm going to London for to do some mission, and that's why it feels 100% different. It wasn't just trip or vacation or something like this. It was totally like business trip. Let's say this because it was full of meeting and events.
That's amazing. I've heard that like traveling, like of course everybody is looking for things that help them, right? Them specifically, because all the people are different. I've heard that traveling heals or cures, but only after like years, maybe.
Yeah, probably I could agree that if you have stressful job and you out of vacation for maybe 1 years and you have crazy boss or inadequate relationship or stuff like that, maybe it could help some traveling abroad. But in case when you like totally damaged and after concussion and after all this PTSD stuff, yeah, it's kind of different. It's actually not such thing that time is healing or stuff like that. No, if you don't do anything with your health, time is killing. So this is different situation, but at least I know now that traveling not healing. But let's face it, it's my personal experience because for some uh, I have a brother in arms who has one vacation for a whole year for 1 week, and he traveled to Norway, and he just traveled there alone with no people, only he and nature and beautiness. And he said, Roman, no, he didn't say Roman. He said break because we used to say call signs. He said, my man, I felt like I can keep on fighting another year or even more because I get so many energy with this. I get this solitude, this calmness, everything's so peaceful. So I felt amazing. So to be like precise, let's say it doesn't work for me, but for some people it's okay.
Sounds nice. I think it wouldn't work for me either because, um, before the full scale, people like general mass, like general majority of Ukrainian men, all right, they were civilians. Basically, they would travel, whatever, every year with their families twice a year, like once a year, twice a year, and they would rest. And then the full scale invasion started, and everything. When the full scale invasion started, I was already serving for like 8 years, and it's not like I was. I want to be an army man. No, I volunteered, and I served already for 8 years without going any fucking where. So I think travel, of course, it's not your case because I didn't suffer so much, contusions and stuff like that. But still, after 8 years in the army, and then there's the full scale invasion, and you go, fuck, let's survive this stuff. Oh my god. Tell me this: what was your very first impression when you landed in the UK?
uh I couldn't believe it because first of all, I almost not passed out because taking off and landing, it's big different between blood pressure and the
Oh
pressure
yeah.
inside head. Yeah, and I'm like in this edge of knocking out, so like it's kind of wow, such an experience. But at least I save my consciousness and but like in airport it was okay, all right, but yeah, when I just because it was February and it was pretty cold in Kiev, uh, and I just get out from airport and just like, wow, it's warm here, so warm. Wind, so warm wind. Yes, it's kind of like somewhere, I don't know, in tropical countries or stuff like that, because of this Gulf Stream of this sea warm breeze. That's amazing. And then I take this on the ground from airport to place where I live, and its first destination was city center, and it was evening. My man, it was love from first sight. Yeah, totally. London is uh, Kiev is my most favorite city, but the second place is London. It's for sure. This is something amazing. Even though some people who lived in London said it's very criminal city. You can't just walking around and like with a phone like this, because people can just somebody could take it and run away. But I felt so safety there. It's undescribable feeling because uh, I felt like I can handle anything. If some criminals even approach me and try to take something from me, I felt no problem just to do
Like, come
something
on, you're a
against them.
military.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe it's over.
Overconfidence.
Let's say yes. Maybe it's overconfidence. Yeah, but still, I was so under this appreciation, under this feeling that I feel like at home. And this is so different because so many nations there, like London is very mixed city, and it was a bit in Ukraine, in Kiev, before full scale invasion. Many different people, like Chinese, Indian, Arabian people, like African American, a lot of different. But now in Kiev, when you're walking around, it's like, how to say it correctly, like all the
Multi
locals, all the
multi
locals.
multinational, yeah, multinational capital, basically.
Yeah, but now in Kiev it's like totally all these tourists they are gone, and we have only locals and some foreigners who volunteers, and that's all. Yeah, so first impression was amazing, and I've been there almost a month, and every single day was even better and better.
Did anything surprise you? First of all, was it surprising to see that it's a peaceful country where people don't see like war every day? Was it unusual?
Uh, After war, I lost signal probably, so can you repeat?
Yeah, was it unusual to see a different country where there's no war and people live peacefully?
Yeah, yeah, it's very unusual, and it's it's crazy how relaxed from one side how people relaxed, and from the other side for me wasn't understandable how or why they're like still have the problem. They going somewhere, they rushing, they like in their own mind and troubles probably, and I just like, yo bros, lads, girls, relax. It's like, okay, nobody wanna kill you, at least from the sky. And man, I still I couldn't use to playing in the sky. I always just looking like this and like this aircraft, and I used to looking around and why people so calm, why they so relaxed? It's aircraft, because from my experience, I've seen only few times Ukrainian air forces, and but most of the time, like 95%, any helicopter or any airplane means it's Russian airplanes, Russian forces. So for me, it's still like body remember these sounds, and like yeah, this dangerous from the sky. So it was very mixed. It's like being alien, even though I wasn't sure that people are not normal. I felt like I'm not normal, because why all the people behave like okay, like everything fine, and I'm just like walking around and just oh oh my God, yeah, that's crazy experience.
Yeah, all the people who cannot see what's in your soul. That's
Yeah.
that's insane. Did anything surprise you about Britain that you didn't expect at all? For example, wow, they drive like on the wrong side of the road or something.
Yes, yes, how dare them. But let's firstly probably compare them, because I spent one day in Poland before that, unfortunately. Uh, no, I mean, for those who support us from Poland, I appreciate. But I heard a lot of stories that there are a big percentage in Polish. We call them bydlo, because they are like always said something like Lviv is a Poland city or something like that. Yeah, so it's a bit complicated, but the biggest difference between Great Britain and I also been a bit in Germany in just one day, and give me memory. Oh, you are you here,
Yeah,
Starsky?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so in few European countries where I was, uh, I felt like, how to say with not offense, but I felt this innocence in the eyes, especially in men when they walking on the street, and yeah, it's a bit strange to talk to myself. Like I can see only me in the camera.
No, no,
Would
it's
you
fine. It's
just
just your background is better than mine, so I will just put your face on full screen when you speak.
all right, guys, let's do this then. Yeah, so it's a bit difficult though, but let's train the brain. Oh my God, I'm everywhere. Like maybe you can put on the screen some of your, how you call your community? Because I used to say the rollers because on the rig stream. And here,
Just a second, just a second.
how do you call your community? I forgot.
Friends and family.
Okay, friends and family.
Okay, I'm there on the screen with you.
Hmm?
I'm there on the screen with you.
Oh my god, who's? Oh my god. Ah, it's you. Sorry.
That's my
Sorry.
passport, bro. That's literally my picture in the passport. It's Slav face.
Oh my god, this is. Oh, sorry. I don't mean to. I thought you sent me some criminal, some gangster. Oh, Starsky. My apology. No, it's getting bigger. Yeah, so all right, let's get down to the topic. I believe you could understand me that in Poland, maybe in France, maybe a bit in German as well, when you look into people's eyes, you could see this innocence, and I could literally felt like guys, with no offense, but they're not ready to war because I can't see this resistance in the eyes, this warriors like look, warrior stares in the eyes, this inner strength. Because maybe because they live in peacefulness, but in Great Britain, I felt like they are more like our brother in arms, because probably they remember the war, and they understand Ukrainians more because they live in these subways. They live in this, how they say it, tube underground network, and they struggling against Nazi German shelling every single day. Not for so long as Ukrainian, but still. They had this fighting spirit. This is something different that I can feel in United Kingdom. Like maybe I'm mistaken, but this was my personal impression.
They like, they don't give a damn. I mean, you know the saying, British officers don't duck.
Then, oh, I forgot. I forgot this meaning. Can you
Like
remember?
when during the World War II and I believe World War One, British Army suffered actually huge losses in terms of high-ranking officers, because when when the enemy starts shooting, they just stand. They don't give a damn, you know. And that's why they say British officers don't duck. They don't care. Which I think is super cool. It's not efficient because army, but on the other hand, you know, maybe they just give a path to new generations of officers. That's why they have like this rotation all the time.
Yeah.
Um, what confused you the most in the United Kingdom, besides the fact that it was a peaceful country with peaceful people just minding their business?
Um, I couldn't used to this opposite traffic, opposite for me as Ukrainian. For me, it was like, what the hell is going on? Like, why you drive on the wrong side? And I I couldn't use to cross the road and looking in the right direction. And always I start looking in both direction actually. And in the end of this trip, I met some local, and he said that this is right strategy because there are bicycle who could ride sometimes opposite side. So uh, it could be like this. So it's actually a good surviving strategy, which I just discover for myself instinctively. Oh, but what was the? I don't know how to describe it, but I felt like I'm in home. Like uh, i- everything was totally strange for me. This mix of old architecture and modern architecture, this mix of culture, this. like very huge cities, like non-officially, as I heard, like 10 million people. So it's at least twice bigger than Kiev. But for me, it was unusual and so so comfortable at the same time. So this feeling is very unusual for me because I never felt such things before in any other places. And people so open. I get a lot of compliments on the street because I used to suit it up. I like such style, but people even in suit approached me and said, "Man, you look sharp, you look cool." And I was just like, "Man, you also suited up." They said, "Yeah, but we can feel something different." And it's and of course, those people with whom I talk, even sometimes randomly, even sometimes without any intention to talk about Ukraine, but when they ask who I am, uh, they start when they heard that I'm Ukrainian veteran who come here to talk to the politicians to give us uh, more support. They like almost all of them they start like crying or they eyes getting wet because of this like fighting connection. I believe this is something that you can't describe with words. You can just feel it. And for me, it was actually amazing because I'm not like, okay, I'll be honest, I'm not a Ukrainian refugee who ran away from war. And I used to say I'm Ukrainian, but I'm a soldier, and I felt so proud of myself, to be honest, because this is so different being in Europe, being Ukrainian, but at the same time being a veteran. This is something because most of Ukrainian that they met in European Union or in UK, this is a refugee who run away from war or locals who live for many years. They like, how to say it, locals, right? Yeah. And that was something different. And at this point, people used to say something like "Thank you for protection" or something like that. And yeah, it was warm moments of this connection between like Ukrainians and United Kingdom people.
Who would have thought that generally we are so close, or we will become so close, you know? But I know that besides all that, you also spoke to British students, that you visited some colleges, some specific places. Can you talk a bit about that? What was it like to speak to British students, and where exactly did you go?
Uh, yeah, I just I was only in one place. Unfortunately, we had no time to organize more. But Jonathan promised me to organize more next time. But this time it was Cambridge University, and it was a mix of a little bit of Ukrainian students, Great Britain students, and Great Britain professors, and it was absolutely mind-blowing to talk to young, smart people who think wide. This is something important because we had this we had this event like hour and a half, and then there was a Q&A session, and after that people still stay at this place and keep on talking to us and ask question about Ukraine. And after that we had dinner with some of them, and I felt so different because Cambridge, it's kinda for me, it's like fake city, and I would explain it. Are you still here, Starsky?
Yeah, sure. I'm listening
Oh,
carefully.
fuck! It's just so strange to talk to the mirror. I just this Roman face. Okay, I'll try to read comment. Maybe you eating.
Oh my
Yes.
God! Don't.
Yes. Maybe you were so starving, Starsky, and you use these excuses not to show your face or stuff like that.
I literally have
Just
like a bowl of noodles, and I'm just, like chewing behind the screen. Just
all right. I can feel the smell of this delicious dinner.
delicious mivina, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's... You can't trick me, my friend. You can't. But nice try.
But generally, what kind of questions did those students ask you, and did they ask you anything that stuck with you?
Yeah, I just finished because I could offend somebody with this fake city, Cambridge, because everything you've seen in this movie about students, about university with this green grass and all this rectangular planning of this yard and inner yard and all this fancy old architecture, this is true, and this is how Cambridge look like. It's like total city of beautiful building, and it's students' city actually, and this is so them amazing. It's so clean, so cool. It's like big stage for shooting films. To be honest, it not feels like it's real. And it's so inspiring. I felt like you literally wanna learn something there if you get in this place. If you get into this place, yes, you have this desire to achieve something big in this world. This is amazing. Starsky is obsessed with food. We all know this. Yes, exactly. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And a question. Questions was absolutely different. People ask, okay, from the beginning they ask something like, what can we regular British people can do to support Ukraine more? And to some geopolitical question where I used to send them to watch some Starsky channel, maybe Jake Bro channel, maybe some guys who really cover in this topic, because I'm not pro in geopolitics and I don't want to look like I'm smart ass. And there was a lot of talking about psychology, because I'm a big fan to bring this knowledge from the trenches to civilian life and to share it with people to help them like overcome their problems, their civilian problems with these techniques. Because I believe if it helps on the front line, it could definitely help in your life, in personal, in job, and somewhere else to overcome stress and not to be afraid to do something amazing in your life till you're still alive. So there was a lot of such question and such conversation. Man, I was so delightful to talk to young smart people, and I believe we should do such things more, talk to different universities in Europe and start this friendship, because in 10, 15, 20 years they gonna be some politicians, some businessmen, entrepreneurs, volunteers who will make decision for their countries. So I was so damn inspired with this, and met Ukrainian peoples who are amazing. They are from occupied territories who studied there, and who advocate for Ukraine. They used to do some rally 2 times per week. They show Ukrainian flags and draw attention to what's going on in Ukraine. And they are so amazing, because unfortunately I know about some Ukrainians who live abroad and they don't visit any rally, any protest for supporting Ukraine, anything. They just live their own normal life, and this is pathetic. They are just pathetic piece of something. But I met really inspiring Ukrainian, young and perspective Ukrainians, so I'm on fire. And actually, I talk a lot because we need to hear how are you, Starsky? Because people don't, people couldn't see, your community couldn't see you a lot. You was on not vacation, but
On a sick leave.
okay, on a sickcation then, right? Not
Sickcation, yeah.
vacation, sick.
I was
Yes,
fucking
yes.
dying, generally speaking, but now I'm fine. That's also pathetic. That's what I call pathetic, when you just you know of course, nothing to nothing to brag about, because it's like a simple cold. But I had like inflammation of this triple nerve in my head, and it hurt very, very bad. Uh, then I had perfect Polish soup with mushrooms and beer, and it basically cured me instantly. Yeah, that's why now I'm here.
Nice.
I want to ask you this. When you talk to British students, does it feel like they really understand what is happening in Ukraine?
That's what I'm learned in this trip, that nobody, no offense, friends, but nobody who never see the war, they do not understand it fully. And when I understand this point of view, everything getting easier for me, because while I was in Ukraine, I always wondering why we have so lack of this help from Western supporters, why they don't understand what actually going on in Ukraine, how Russians are cruel creatures in the front line in their own so-called peaceful cities. And then I realized that if you never been in Ukraine, if you never been on some war zone, if you never struggle or at least hear some air alert siren and hear shahed or machine gun working above your roof every single night, you would never understand. And yet it surprised me even more that we still have people who never seen war, and they show this desire and they volunteer to support Ukraine when they live so far from war. That amazed me, man, because when you live so far from war and you have so many your inner problem like during life, right? This is so far and so different, and I just start even more appreciated everything that people who live outside of Ukraine, what they doing to us. To be honest, of course, when I talk to some more adult people, not student, yeah, I used to say and thank you, and of course that this support unfortunately not enough. But that's the point, because they don't live in this context of war. They don't understand it fully, how fast we need this support. And if we do not stop Russia in Ukraine, something bad could happen. They should sacrifice their own men to fight against Russia in some Baltic countries or stuff like that. But yeah, that was mind-blowing understanding for me.
Yeah, that's an insane experience, I would say. But was it surprising to actually see so many young people who actually care about Ukraine, who actually know about what is happening there? Because when I was in Munich security conference, there were actually plenty of students who study politics, who study sociology, international relations, who were actually into this, who were so much engaged in what is happening in Ukraine, who were so much engaged in fighting Russian disinformation and Russian terrorist threats around Europe. And I was really surprised to see so many young people, so many people who are like younger than 40, all right. Was it surprising for you as well?
Yeah, actually, it was surprising, and I met British people who used to talk to me and said that when war started in 2014, and I was just like, God bless the king and the queen, yeah, and the United Kingdom, because yes, they talking about revolution of dignity and how Russia annexed Crimea and all this mm, uh, invasion in mixed invasion in Donbass and Luhansk, and I was just literally almost have one tear from my eyes, because people like you stars can understand me a lot, because people used to forget what how it start actually, and when we start from the beginning, okay, I'm not from the beginning, from 2015, 1 year late, but still people used to just cross this period out of this story, and they used to say when war started, and it means that full scale war started. So for me it was so touchful moment.
You know,
Yeah.
I checked, and during the first 8 years of war in Ukraine, almost same number of people died as Americans have lost in Vietnam War. The numbers are
Yes.
pretty much equal.
Sorry, yeah, just connection wasn't good from my side, I believe. So you said from the first years of war, right?
During the first 8 years of war, before the full-scale invasion, almost the same number of people have died as the Americans lost in the Vietnam War. So, and of course, that's kind of surprising when people don't actually consider this period as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
that's crazy. And yeah, just one another adding that just you know this розстріляне відродження,
yeah.
how to translate it? Just killing, eliminated renaissance, or
Eliminated Renaissance, repressed Renaissance.
yeah, repressed renaissance. This is our Ukrainian elite. And when I learned more about this story, I realized that there was numbers, like I could mistaken, but it was 60 to 70,000 Ukrainian per years who was eliminated, tortured, or even sent to some Siberia, where they all also died. And if we're talking about Ukrainian losses during full scale, or during this period from 2014 to 2022, the war never ends. To be honest, it's just changed this method, because before it was just stealing people, kidnapping people, and all this, and that they Russian used to eliminate all this elite level of society. Should is this am I saying it correctly? Like elite,
I would say like intelligent.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah, like intelligent, intellectual class, I would say.
Yeah, intellectual, like scientists, writers, poets, some politicians, diplomats, lawyers, all these smart people was eliminated by Russia. And right now, like the same battle keep on going, but it's war now, not some sneaky stealing these people and eliminated them quietly, but in huge numbers. So from this period, and like we have many periods, and we used to struggle these heavy losses for decades, for and before that for centuries. Yeah, just want to add this. Maybe some viewers would understand that this hybrid way of killing smart and motivated Ukrainian people, now it's just get new form. It's war, where volunteers, one of the first who go in there and who been killed actually.
Yeah, it's true. Did this trip change anything in how you see the world or the place of Ukraine in this world?
Uh, I was a little bit mixed. I had a little bit mixed feelings because when British used to respond me that yeah, Ukrainian really protect Europe, I start a little bit skeptical because UK, at least on the island, at really far from war for now. And for me, it was like, okay, even if Russia invaded European Union, they need to pass through few countries before. And it was something like I felt like we're so far away from war in UK. And in the end of the trip, I realized I realized that I'm under NATO security. Not NATO closed the sky under me right now because I'm in London, and there's no Shahed or such shit. But at the same time, I quickly remember that Russian used to use the like shadow fleet, and they launched the UAV or drones or something like this. So I'm not fully protected here, actually. Let's face it. So must be very careful. If I heard this suspicious sound, better take a cover. But your question was about a Ukrainian place in this world. Actually, right now, I today start thinking about this idea because I heard this official news where like more than 200 Ukrainians, professional drone operators,
280,
they
yeah.
280, yes, they already in the where in Dubai, but not chilling and smoking hookah, but protecting Dubai. And I realized that probably just in my observation, Americans start looking a bit like outsider because they can't deal anything what happened here against Russia or against Iran. They only can do nothing, and Ukraine it's kinda the only country who ready to sacrifice with their blood and with their men to protect the freedom, not with words, not with Article 5 in NATO, or with some talking about making decision for talking to making decision, but with real action. And especially what I heard today makes me feel like we will never be the same from this point. We will never be something like, where are you from, Roman? I'm from Ukraine. Or is it somewhere in Russia or something like this? There will be never such conversation anymore, at least for maybe 100 years. Uh, I hope so. No, I'm sure. Uh, because Ukrainians start doing so damn sick things, and people start waking up and realize that they need to help us more, uh, because we prove that we can lead in this military technologies, and not only military but with this bravery and this fast making decision. It takes like less than a week for Ukrainians to do some reconnaissance and find the weak place and then deploy their soldiers there and start protecting. What can you help me, like Dubai, OAE,
Dubai,
uh,
United Arab Emirates, Jordan, Qatar, um,
and
something. There were like 5 countries plus United States.
and and America, yes, plus United States. So this is what Ukrainian doing while keep on I bet I bet many countries would reject this proposal if they had a war, active war, crazy war against Russia. They would say like, "Are you crazy? We need to protect our own country. What the hell? Like, where the hell we and where this all this Arabic country who actually was so neutral, right? Who wasn't our ally in general. The only thing, let's face it, they help us with exchanging prisoners of war, as I heard. That's all. So they're not even our allies. They just try to defend their countries, and they peaceful people. And we know the price of killing innocent people and infrastructure and all these things. So it's changed totally. And right now, I hope we will have more investing from these rich countries who had like plenty of gold, and they are not far from war. They in war. They understand the price of silence or of hesitation.
Yeah, and by the way, not only those countries, but also Israel, because as far as I remember, I googled specifically. I know that Israel officially condemned Russia, but at the same time, Benjamin Netanyahu is known for calling Putin like on a daily basis, almost like he calls him every week. They talk, which I don't know how it works. I tried to calculate how is it working, when Putin supports, for example, Hamas attacks Israel calls to Putin saying, hello, Mr. Putin, how are you? And generally they keep good relations. Also, Israel provided Ukraine with specific acoustic sensors for recognizing drones on approach. And that's basically it. But Ukraine went there and actually brought specialists and brought technology to protect Israel from Iranian Shaheds, because we are the best in this field.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I was when I released from army, I visited Israel for 1 week probably. Some friends invite me there, and for me it was terrifying to see. First of all, they interrogate me for almost 5 hours in airport, lock in this room, and like used to said, what's the purpose? You can't just travel. It's war here. It's so serious, and they don't know about war a lot, because for me it was so funny. Like they had 40 kilometers of front line in Gaza, and like this is all they war they had at 2020. Yeah, they have some terract, but compared to Ukraine, it's nothing. And they used to say we support Ukraine, but unfortunately, this is very complicated country where more than 10% of population are from Soviet Union, and most of them from Russia. And they have Russian hotels, Russian restaurant, even Russian fucking language on the beach, when they said like you can't swim anymore because wave too high, and they repeated in Ivrit, Arabic, Israel language, and Russian language. They was so sick. And the last point why I hated this um, two faces, how to say it, hypocrisy,
Two-facedness, yeah, two-face.
two-facedness, because they
Two-facedness.
said we support Ukraine, but when I leave this Tel Aviv airport, I just glance on this sheet on the sheet, and I've seen this. I've seen Tel Aviv, Moscow, the plane, and I was just like, this country sucks, totally sucks. Russia attacked Ukraine. We had no civilian airplanes. We have nothing there. But terrorist country used to the people from terrorist country used to fly anywhere and in Tel Aviv, so they can buy a ticket in Moscow and just literally fly to Israel to chill on the beach. And for me, it was just like, fuck him. It was tough, because they said they support, but in action, a lot of Russians there, they could fly there, they could easily hanging out there, and no problem for them there at all.
Yeah, because Russians don't really fly to places like Italy. Like they kind of do, but it takes them to solve a maze to get there, because Russian airplanes don't fly to European Union. European Union back in 2022 said, Russia, Vaffa Napoli, we don't want you here. What I wanted to ask you was, when you were in London, what did you miss the most about home while staying there?
The only thing, the food. Yeah, yeah. This is the biggest flaw for UK, from my opinion. They had this huge. Oh fuck, my brain work not so fast actually. Yeah, they had this culture of fast food, and it's literally everywhere. And this luxury, what we have in Ukrainian cafe or restaurant, when you sit in somewhere, you have table, and you can talk to people. In London, you have like between table like this space just to squeeze there to sit on the sofa near the wall, and table so close to each other because like there are lack of space, of course, and you literally hear everyone around you. So when you eat somewhere, it's like, ah, god damn it. Yeah, so I only missed food. I only missed food. That's all. And these free spaces. Mm. And the Ukrainian ladies. Yeah. Uh, because like I like them better. Yeah, I like them way better.
Were you married?
No.
I understand why you are saying this. Anyways, so did you try British food, and what was your favorite one? What was your verdict about it?
Uh, Before we start talking about food, maybe let's remind community to donate for this fundraising, amazing, right? Because the
Yes.
main point here, of course, we're having fun, we're talking with Starsky finally, and with you, friends. Many of you knows me. I even met some of you, even in UK, according to this message. But uh, I will be correct, Starsky, right? If I said like the main point of all this is support Ukrainian defenders now, who still in trenches and defending all of us right now from Russian occupation and Russian aggression. So this is very important. This is like big meaning for all of us. We gathering here to do something valuable. Of course, hearing some funny stories, some sad stories, but let's donate at least a cup of coffee, because in UK, I used to drink coffee for £3 or £4. It's like five, six, $7, and people used to drink it few times per days. I used to drink only one time, and
Roman,
sometimes, yeah.
didn't they try to arrest you in United Kingdom because you were drinking coffee? I mean, when you go to United Kingdom, you're only supposed to drink tea, right? Like drinking coffee in UK, it's like a fucking crime. I don't know, in my personal opinion.
Um, it was, yeah, I don't know. It was a bit hard to arrest me probably because I had this mood, I had this mood of untouchable mood, and people don't want to mess with me or do something bad with me, because I still like, I don't know, I'm on fire back there in London, and of course I've been invited in one to dinner in some family, and we have a dinner, and they said tea, yes, and they ask with milk. I was just like, ah, no, no, and then, well, wait a sec, I'm in London, of course, with milk, like this is uh, That was delicious as well. So yeah, maybe you wanna also say something about fundraising, because I just wanna say that yeah, guys, please keep on donating at least a cup of coffee. 4 millionaires here, maybe 2 or 3 cup of coffee. Let's do this together. You're amazing community, and let's do this again.
Thank you so much, Roman. My dear friends, just a reminder, we keep running this fundraiser with Ukrainian Aid Ops, and we are fundraising for several drones. Depends on the model, 2 or 3, and depends on the demand from the brigade, specifically 25th Air Assault Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. And we are talking about the Tarhan drones. I believe that those who are interested about that have heard about the Tarhan drones. And just a tiny address to you, my dear friends and family, from the guys themselves.
We are the paratroopers from the 25th Brigade. Every day, ground drones save lives at the front line. During the previous months, ground drones provided by the UAO saved lives of our wounded soldiers and enabled zero-line logistics. We send greetings to the operator Starsky YouTube channel and are grateful that you joined the critical fundraiser for more life-saving ground drones. Thank you for your support, and Slava Ukraini!
Героям слава. Yeah. So those are the guys. Those are the guys I'm working for these days. Besides my brigade, I don't betray my brigade, but those are also my guys. All right, like everybody is. Was there any funny or awkward moments in the United Kingdom that you remember, besides, people just telling you that, dude, you look sharp, like,
You frozen or me frozen?
I think you're frozen.
No. So you said, do I met some people who said you sharp, or
No. Were there, like, besides those moments, were there
yeah?
any fun or awkward moments in the United Kingdom that you can talk about?
Whoa, fun or it's a bit. It was okay. Talking about awkward, I was amazed how our friend Jonathan Finn was well prepared for interview, because we doing this. Mm, I share in some events documentary, which was like American Scripps News. They filmed some documentary about my story in combat and then in hospitals, and yeah, we shared this film, and then there was Q&A session, and Jonathan, he was goddamn amazing. He worked like in real pro, like in real agent. It's not like 1 year ago or something like this. He is just like a shark. And I don't remember exact question, but I remember that feeling. That felt like yeah, this guy well prepared for interview, and that was so cool, because we're sitting behind the desk and drinking tea, and he asked me something, and people audience also asked some questions, and that was interesting. What I can't recall some funny moment, because this is how my memory unfortunately works. For now, if you have more specified questions, yeah, I would gladly answer. Maybe, I don't know, you totally ignore your chat? Is it okay for you?
No. I'm reading with one eye. Like, my right eye is always there in the
Ah,
chat. Yeah.
that's why your eyes sometimes looking different, like a
Sometimes.
chameleon.
Yeah.
Okay, I was scared, but now it makes sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe let's talk a bit with the people as well, because like if it's
Absolutely.
okay with you.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have several, I would say, like questions and commentaries. Tuna asks, do you like sushi generally? Which I think you do.
Yeah, yeah. I like, but yes, sometimes, not often, to be honest.
Alan Archer says, we in United Kingdom are Mordor's number one enemy after Ukraine, which, in my personal opinion, currently there's a lot of civilized countries that are trying to compete between each other, like those who have balls and guts, right? They try to compete between each other. Who will be like Mordor's number one enemy after Ukraine? Because it's kind of good trend, I think, or we should turn it into a trend. So that one is interesting. I wanted to ask you, first of all, Jonathan. Jonathan, I completely agree with you because he is natural born journalist. In my personal opinion, he always asks you something so cool, and so unexpected, but also very, very interesting, which is, I believe, is like a talent. Like Messi is good with the ball, and Jonathan is good with questions. That's 100%. I wanted to ask you this. Do you... Oh, by the way, we have a question from Dimitri. Have you guys ever been in Denmark? Uh, I I haven't, but I will go there because I need to meet Georgie, and I gotta give him a hug.
He is in Denmark.
Yeah.
I will be there also soon, in Denmark.
We gotta
Because
meet.
yeah.
Yeah, we gotta meet there. And also, when you're in London, all right? Like, I'm trying to imagine it because I've never been there. When you're in London, where did you want to go first? Like, which place did you want to see the most in the city?
Oh yeah, amazing question. Like, we said a lot of good words about Jonathan, but you, Starsky, stay sharp, stay sharp. Despite illness, despite one whole week break of streams, sharp as blade, my man. But this is probably the best part about London. I had not much opportunity to walk around on the street or hanging out somewhere, because I used to try to organize as much meeting as possible. And in total, almost 1 week I spent at home, just with my headaches, so I couldn't do nothing, no meeting, not at all, just struggling with all this war effect. But when I had just time between meetings, for me it was funny just to going to the tube or taking this two-level bus, which is so damn good. And I used to drive in somewhere, and when I felt I wanna get out, I stop, get out on the street, and start walking. And this is Starsky, and people who been in London, you would understand me that everywhere is so damn beautiful. It's so English style, all the streets, building, people, this mood and atmosphere. This is something amazing, and this is absolutely different compared to any city where I was, because most of the cities, I won't say all of them, but most of them, they have city center, maybe ancient center, business center, maybe okay, 2 or 3 centers where you wanna walking around and watching something beautiful. But in London, it feels totally different. It feels like, man, you walking around wherever you like, and you felt so good. But of course, some central things, they are amazing as well, like this Thames River and all this bridge and tower and the Big Ben and Buckingham Palace, or what else? Westminster Abbey. That's so damn good. But that's the beauty of London. You can't. I still have this paranoia when I look in the screen and see only my face. It feels like I'm this kinda. I don't know, Starsky, how you used to stream in without seeing people, or Rick, how he doing this for hours, sometimes days. This is something incredible.
Like I stick
Question.
I stick my friends there in front of the camera, like their little faces, so I, when I stream I talk to them.
Is this you? You put this question from Jer.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Roman. Oh, Jer's on fire as well. I said, Roman, will your book be released in English? Sorry if you already answered that question. Yes, it is. No, I used to not answer this question because I don't have these questions a lot. But yeah, I'm working about it as well. And to be honest, I even thinking which language would be first, to be honest, Ukrainian or English version. Yeah, because I'm on finish line right now. And yeah, thank you for the question. It will be. Maybe I won't promise that I send you the copy because I lost you in the chat. But yeah, thank you for being interested in that.
Jer, yeah. So, when I think about European cities, they remind me of West Ukraine generally. Because when you think about it, I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed that in West Ukraine, maybe it's because the population is less dense, maybe for some other reason, but the infrastructure looks probably more cared after. Compared to, for example, I don't know, like South Ukraine or East Ukraine. Infrastructure in places like Mukachevo or Lviv, maybe not Ternopil, definitely, Ivano-Frankivsk, definitely. The infrastructure there looks more cared, and to me personally, it reminds a lot, European cities. Maybe you have different impression.
I try to remember Ukrainian cities because I spend most of the time in some Ukrainian villages under blue sky, full of stars. Key. Yeah, but I need to think because I still like when I try remember some things, it's so difficult for my brain to work, and sometimes I still surprised how can I manage such like stream with you or with Rick or some events in London. Because sometimes for me it's so difficult to think even when you ask about this question, it's totally empty in my head. Like I had no answer. I forgot every word, every definitions, everything. So I just total empty room there, and I just like I don't know what to say.
Yeah, like I understand why, because you spend most of your time not in the West Ukraine. Because same here, like I served in Hostomel, all right, and I would only see either Hostomel or some S of Donbass or Luhansk Oblast, and that's basically it. Kyiv sometimes, so I don't remember West Ukraine well. That's why I don't blame you, but from what I remember, generally the towns, the villages too, by the way, I think they're just more cared, but maybe that's just wrong opinion. I have no idea. So do we talk about food, or we discuss the trip to the UK just a bit more? Because I still have just a few questions to you. For example, what do you wish people on the West understand more about Ukraine and about Ukrainian soldiers?
They first of all need to see them more and talk with them more, I believe. And this is the problem because many Ukrainian soldiers still don't know English, and this lack of communication is very bad for us. Because even though my English not so good, but for example was understandable, and people could ask question and get some kind of like answers from me. But unfortunately, many of us, many of comrades, they don't speak English, and this brings lack of communication. So foreigners only can speak to either listening diplomats, or not all diplomats actually, because many people said, God bless Roman, your English is okay, because we hear Zaluzhny before you and it was horrible, and it was like half, he still has this translator with him. So not only all the it's not nothing personal to Zaluzhny. I don't want to discuss his as a personality here, but he is a Ukrainian like ambassador in the United Kingdom. Yeah, and it shows just this picture, and it shows importance of what you do in Starsky as a soldier, as a veteran, to talk to foreigners more, because this lack of this deeper than just on surface communication cost us a lot, I believe, because while Westerns start talking to Ukrainian soldiers, they first of all understand that our mindset, because mostly when they talk to Ukrainian, they are refugees who run away from the country in the toughest time of the in the hardest time, and they get different picture about Ukrainians. Of course, there are some volunteers or some active people who still live in other countries. They are Ukrainians, and they has their position to support Ukraine. But they are not soldiers, right? It's different, because your question was about Ukrainian soldiers, and I believe at this point they understand more how we're thinking, and that we are just humans as they are, first of all. And this has surprised them so hard, because they used to ask, why are you fighting? You can't just run away, or why are you ready to put your life for those who run away? And it's it's very useful to explain them that we fight for people and for land, and for us it's the same. That's why we don't want to surrender some part of Donbass in this so-called peace talk or stuff like that. And when we had this communication, yeah, man, I just wish that they had more opportunities to talk to Ukrainian soldiers, because from my feelings, when their politicians, diplomat, volunteers, just regular civilians met Ukrainian soldiers and had this opportunity to talk, it gives the best impact about what's going on in Ukraine, and how we're ready to keep on resisting and keep on fighting despite all our inner problems as well, because we are a society as they are. And it it gives us like bigger effect than any politicians, any Zelensky come to any countries and would say something, because this is some kind of truthful from the trenches. I believe you can't fake it. You can't how to say замінити слова?
Supplant.
What?
Supplant.
Supplant. Yeah. Yeah. Clever enough. So any smart speech couldn't supplant the truthful words of a soldier. This is what I've seen in their eyes and their reactions, because I like to talk to people and look carefully. Does it make any impact, any reaction? And people used to say this to me as well, that they start looking on Ukraine and on war differently, only because they just talking to person who, again, I will repeat it, who not run away from problem, who decide to stay and to solve it. And this is huge difference. It makes difference in understanding who Ukrainians, who those active part of society of Ukrainians are. And yeah, so that's my long response for your short question.
It was amazing, my friend, and language plays such a huge role. One time, I'll tell you a tiny story. One time, we had a tiny delegation. Not sure if I can even talk about this. So a tiny delegation somewhere in Ukraine, all right. And there was an ambassador of Germany, actually. And they were meeting some of our military, and there was my commander, and he's like, there's a group of German diplomats, and my commander speaks to obviously an entrepreneur, a lady, an interpreter, Jesus Christ. And he's like, excuse me, can you please tell me, like, who is the ambassador of Germany, because I'm not really good, I don't know how he or she looks like. And she's like, it's me. It's like, but they speak in Ukrainian language, and her Ukrainian is so good, so you can tell, like, you can tell that she has an accent, but she's like, suffixes, prefixes, everything is perfect, like in Ukrainian language, like as if she was either born in Ukraine or whatever. He's like, really?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I just enjoy learning Ukrainian language. I do it when I have free time. And she had an interpreter, but she didn't need it, this lady. So they had this like meeting and everything, and we communicated directly because she was just so good in learning Ukrainian, which, generally speaking, Ukrainian language is such a, like, it's a pain in the ass to learn. It's it's insane. Generally, for people who speak English, or even for people who speak like Italian or Germanic languages, Ukrainian is insanely hard to learn because it has like 7 cases, a lot of different unique words and stuff like that. So Steven, I don't blame you there in the chat that you don't speak good Ukrainian after 3 years, because whatever you learned, that's already a big achievement, actually. Roman, a question for you. Did you meet British military? And if you did, were they like actually interested to learn more about Ukraine, learn more experience, or something like that? Did you have such a chance?
Yes, of course. I was busy as bee. Military was the same. Was also on my list. Yeah, actually, I came to London knowing, and I know only like 5-6 people there, and I decide, okay, I just go there and start talking to them, and like they start introducing me to other people and invite to some events and stuff like that. So it was pretty funny because I just literally know just few people who start to connect me to other people, and there was just like, you know, when you start new mission and you have only few equipment or not so much bullets or such things, and you with lack of resources, you need to pass this mission. That was funny. Mm, and yeah, we talk. We have some lunch with some British general who who actually was like hesitant either he should go into Ukraine or not, because there's gonna be some kind of panel here in next month. And he was just like, I don't know, should I go and talking about military again? And we talk a bit about Ukrainian technology, and I just share with him a bit of picture of what's going on. And yeah, so we'll see him soon in 3 weeks. And it could be amazing because he was so psyched after our short meeting, because he's maybe I said him the same words that he already heard, that Ukraine has drones, and right now it's a war of drone and unmanned systems and ground robotic systems and all these things. Uh, I know even less than some war expert about such things, to be honest. But we just talk, and it was what we're talking about with you, Starsky. It was this direct connection when you said the same things, but it sounds from your mouth, you know, from your experience, from your personality, and it makes this big difference, because it's not the same like if Zelensky or some politicians come to UK and talking about war, because like they never been in war zone, they in war country, right? But it's still different. And I believe you need to do more job, my friend. Yes, while you're in Germany. Hell yeah.
I'm working on that, bro. I'm working on that. More on that later.
Yes.
But the personal connection is, of course, very, very important when you can bring this information from the first person, all right, from the first person's perspective, and like you are on the same level. Because I'm very good. I'm very glad that we have you, Roman, that you can speak to people like generals, you know. Because me, after 10 years in the army, whenever I see a general, I have like reflex. Whenever I have interviews like Ben Hodges, for example, or in Munich, I met some German general who was a retired general, but he was there wearing uniform. When they told me that he's a general, I'm like, oh shit, I did it again, you know. I have like this professional deformation, or you know what we call it in Ukraine, professionally deformed. It's like it never goes away.
We need to take it off, this disease.
I,
You need to
I-
get rid of this disease, because for me it's just like nah, yeah, we was in bit different units, and for us generals it's always actually was even opposite. It was uh, disrespectful reaction actually when some of general come into Azov base in 2015 and start talking about how to fight. And he never was on war. He only learned it from his career. And for us it was just like, fuck off, dude. And they was so scary to come to our base. Sometimes they try to like line us up, and it was just we don't care if we get punishment, or we would go to some how to say this, hole in the ground when you spend there like 24 hours or 36 hours, like на яму кидають. Yeah, so when you've been punishment for not for this break in subordination, but we used to say like, what the hell, dude, you never been on front, just fuck off. That's all. We was like this. It's not good as well. I could say it, but we was just like this, especially at the beginning of war. Yeah. So for but also, man, it's not only about this. It's about I don't know. Mm, maybe we need to talk with you about it more. Maybe because for me, even when they introduce me to some like high level or high rank person, some like high politicians or stuff like that, I always hold in my head that, man, I came here to London not to hanging out, not to party, not to explore, but with one mission to help my combat brothers, for those who I know and who I don't know, to get them more weapons. That's all. And like I don't care if it is Queen King of Great Britain or generals or like if I have opportunity, I'm gonna go and talk to them and try to do something useful. But let's face it, it's a bit difficult to do it from the first shot because the system is so slow, and I believe British people, even though they want to help us as fast as possible, it's impossible because they are hostages of their own slow conservative system. And yeah, that's why I decided maybe in May to come back again, because yeah, there are a lot of meeting, and maybe it's gonna be Oxford as well.
Oh, sounds nice.
It's amazing. Yes, yes. But we should meet with you somewhere there as well, because you know Andrew Unstoppable, Andrei Siromacha, veteran who live in
Yeah,
Europe.
yeah.
He's yeah, he lost arm and leg in the battlefield, and he also wanna introduce me like to people in different country, in Germany, in Belgium, in Denmark as well. So we had a lot of things to do, and we should really need to think about such meeting, Starsky.
Yeah.
How spending our money.
We have a like. First of all, I think this might be a Russian, but even if it's not a Russian, dude, we cannot spend something that you've never had. Fuck off, literally. Uh, just my personal opinion. I agree with you. I remember, because we both remember the old war. I remember, like, you know,
Old school in the old school in the house.
old school in the house, yeah. Советище general. Советище general who, like, it was the career choice, right? Like, not the life choice, but like the career choice. Unfortunately, I remember them as well. We also had cases when they they tried to like line us up and stuff, but oh my god. What I wanted to ask you, after meeting people on the West, do you feel more frustrated, honestly, or do you feel more inspired?
Uh, y- Probably both, because actually it was hard in general, because for me it was just a testing trip. I tried to realize that either I can do such things as talking to people and try to talk about the war and in Ukraine and gain some help to Ukraine more, because you know it's difficult task. It's a task to translate war to civilized world, and to give them some understanding of what's going on and why we need to keep on protecting Ukraine. And for me it was kind of very difficult, especially at the beginning, because from one side on surface, I was suited up, I was confident and calm and talk to people who making decisions. From the other side, I was just ripped apart from myself because I realized like why the hell it happens so slow. Like our soldiers need protections and weapons and investing in technology now, not even now, but yesterday. But everything moves so slow, and for me it was mind exploding experience to combine this war experience and talking to people like without saying like dudes you need to give us weapon now, like something like this, because it never leads to anywhere. And I again forgot your original question because I move a bit.
Were you more frustrated or were you more inspired?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck. It was this question. I totally
Yeah.
forgot it. Crap. Uh, so mostly I was inspired when I realized that I can't come to UK and move and affect on events immediately. When I realized that, I just relaxed, calmed down, and was appreciate every single meeting and every single event that when people give me the time to listen about my story, about what's going on in Ukraine. And for me it was delightful because after every meeting I get either recommendation or when person said I'm not responsible for that, but I could give you some contacts of person. You can call him or you can text him, send that I recommend you or something like this. And for me it was like, okay, I can't do everything immediately, but at least this is the good sign, right? When people either like arrange another meeting or share with the valuable contacts, because I believe in nowadays this is currency, right? This is high value currency when people could recommend some person whom they seen like half an hour or a few hours to talk to them about important topic actually. Yes, so mostly I was delighted. Actually, after every single meeting, I was delighted. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Sorry, Starsky. What about the nation? Are they moving?
yeah, actually,
Can
yeah, by the way,
you clarify, please?
let me verify this
Is
for you.
is it okay that I remind, because I don't know, it's like in the Rick stream we used to do it a lot, and thank God rollers keep on helping close fundraising, but
Actually,
maybe
yeah, we
here.
we already have quite a few of those. We have tuna, of course. I believe that's one of the most recent ones, but we already collected like I think $200 or something.
No, not bad results, friends. Not bad results, and we
Yeah,
can do more. Those of you who wanna drink coffee or share coffee with soldiers, just let's do this, guys. This is important.
yeah.
You can't imagine how important it is to get supplies when you need them, because even when Starsky get this full money, he need to send it to soldier, or it's already straight to soldier, and they need to order the truck or whatever they need, and they need to wait for time. And every single day at war happens so many crazy events. You can't gather money for yourself or soldiers, but they could be injured or killed till this time when they get the supplies, and sometimes they don't even need it anymore. So everything moves so fast. This is why we Ukrainians sometimes rush you, but it's not because of disrespect, because we understand every single hour cost us lives.
Yeah, absolutely. It's true. And I'm so grateful, by the way, to all the amazing people who helped with the fundraiser for the car for Ukraine, for that truck that was delivered to my brigade. Oh my God. My guys were celebrating like children. Seriously. They looked at that car for Ukraine, slapped my face on this truck, which was something absolutely unnecessary to do because some people in the brigade still remember me, quite a few of them. Yeah, so but it was really cool, and I was actually very happy to at least somehow support my guys as well. So it was very important for me specifically. I know that you and Rick already helped. What was the sum that you spent on Ukrainian defenders since 2022? Something like $1 million or something.
Something what?
Something like $1 million or something. Rick told me.
Yeah, they crossed it like half year ago, like $1 million with his like pretty small community. They are
That's
crazy.
insane. That's
Yes.
insane. People
Yes.
people are crazy in a good way. And that is
Yes.
basically why we will win, why the world supports Ukraine and literally Russia, literally Vafanopoly. Russia will only face its inevitable demise and collapse. So there is one more question. If you could bring one message from Ukraine to the whole world right now, what would it be?
No, two. Two messages. Take it or leave it.
Okay.
Are you agree? You agree with for two messages or no?
Yeah. Go on.
Okay, let's do this. First of all, about Russians, because I still met some people who said like, "What about Russian culture or theater, ballet, or all these things?" Uh, there, it's still misunderstanding who Russians is, and unfortunately, because Russia is so big country that they live around the world, and they have like big community of Russians who live there for whole life, and they try to share with the world that Russia is okay actually, and they are good people. But you need you need to look at Russians as a
I mean, you mentioned Russian culture, so I could not avoid, bringing the Russian shit rooster, because, just to illustrate your words. Fuck, how does he even stand on the on the shit rooster? I mean, because generally shit, even when it's cold, shit remains like warm inside because it's like, it's fragmenting and stuff like that. I know from experience. My driver drove a truck through like this big wall of manure, and he then had to wash. You know this story? I'll tell you this story. Like 2016 into 2017, like as of Luhansk Oblast, -30 outside, and where I'm on a truck bringing munitions to my guys around positions, and it's like a huge armored truck, like huge armored
yeah.
truck, and we returned to the base, and we were stationed in the farm, and there was this like big wall of shed around the field, and this shed like it was as tall as human, all right, and the dude is like trying to park the truck, but it's like a big military truck, it's armored, like it's very heavy, and he goes like, I will just drive over the wall and don't have to turn around, right? I'm like, okay, it was minus 35 outside. What we didn't know was that the shed doesn't freeze. And the dude, like, tank goes through this, like icebreaker, goes through this wall. And then when he realizes that he doesn't go over it, he goes through it. He drives back, and I see that the truck that was like green, there's like human tall yellow stripe, like along it, And the dude walks out of the truck, and I'm like, well, I'll see you at the base. Thank you for your service. And I just go to the base, and the dude spent like the whole evening literally washing that crap. Again, it's minus 35. You wash it with water that freezes instantly, like on the metal. But it was like really cool. Yeah, just an illustration. Yeah, so you mentioned Russian culture, and immediately I had this, flashback to the Russian shit rooster, because that's. What else can illustrate Russian culture better than a fucking Buryat building a shit rooster? And he's, by the way, he's famous not only for roosters, he builds like shit rockets, shit Putin, basically everything. Like he builds everything from what makes Russia great. Yeah, sorry for interruption, my bro. Please go ahead.
It's a nice edition. It's so-called golden edition to the speech. Yeah, this is fuck. This is very important when for foreigners to know. Okay, if you want to talk about Russian sophisticated ballet or literature or anything else, even if you prove, okay, this was created by Russian, which is mostly it's not. It's been stolen from French, from aristocracy, from Western Europe, many of things stolen from Ukraine during Soviet Union, before. But even if we agreed that okay, Russian invented some things in ballet or something else, or literature, let's say, because maybe that's all. Let's always look at the whole picture, and the whole picture when you said Russian culture, Russian good countries and stuff like that. If you say Russian good country and they live amazing life, you're talking maybe about two cities, right? It's Moscow and this other big one, Saint something, Saint Pete's, whatever. Yeah, so these two cities, they never look to other cities at all. And
Saint
Russia,
Petersburg.
Saint Peter, yes, Saint
Petersburg.
This. Yes. So if we're looking at this, Russia has the biggest territory, right, in the world as a country, and you're talking about only two cities in this huge, the biggest country in the world. You never mention any other cities as well. Why, you ask me? Better ask yourself why. Maybe because it's just a shithole, and maybe because people live beyond the poorness, and in some shit houses, probably. Who knows? So this is first perspective, and second perspective. If you looking at the culture, look, even not on war. Look how Russian show themselves as a tourist, and you need nothing more to prove how wild and stupid creature this is. Fighting, drunken, all these stupid things. It comes mostly from Russia. You can recognize them everywhere. And third thing is what they doing as a soldier on occupied territory. It shows the most what the countries look like, how they behave, and you could find that probably Russian great culture is not as good as you're thinking about. And if you calculate everything and you've seen everything in this big complex, so you scaled out from this, zoom out and look around, Probably you won't glorify Russian ballet or Russian literature, which is also suspiciously mostly not even theirs. Let's face it, and let's read the history and the facts. And the second of all is second message. It's about Ukrainians because I used to say on this meeting that even if Russia will succeed in Ukraine somehow, yeah, they will not eliminate all the Ukrainians, but they will kill all the active part of society, all the soldiers, activists, and smart people. And we have a big part of people who like maybe don't care or just hesitant, and they will mobilize this part of Ukraine and send them to war against you, friends. And believe it or not, you don't want to fight against Ukrainians. No, not even against this part of society, which is not so motivated, which is not so brave, but still they are Ukrainians. And if you read history, if you know how World War II was happened to the Eastern Front, and which casualties was and who was the greatest commander of all of armies, or who sacrificed most. It was the price was paid with Ukrainians. So don't do this mistake again, because you better be friend with Ukrainians, not fight against them. Believe me, this is not kind of enemy you can handle. And it's not some fairy tales. It's just, unfortunately, it's historical facts. And last part is that you need to be friends with Ukrainians, because not only because of war, but because how beautiful this country is, how many technology upgrading here, how many opportunity you have while investing money in Ukraine, and making this return of investment. This is something that I know it for sure, because I used to doing real estate before full-scale invasion with foreigners, and I talk. My clients was from all over the world, from beginning from Australia, Tokyo, New York, uh, Latin America, European countries. I had different very rich people as a clients who had a lot of properties all over the world, but most of them spend most of the years living in Ukraine and investing money here, because this is the amazing country when you can also return your investments as fast as nowhere in Europe you can do this, because this is place of opportunity and amazing people, beautiful girls, and brave guys. So this is probably enough reason to support Ukraine, even though you don't care about war. Maybe you're some pacifist or things like this. And yeah, let's roll in together to victory, guys, as we used to said.
Absolutely, my brother. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I wanted to say that I absolutely agree with you when you look back at what happened even in 20th century, all right? There was a Russian Empire which tried to keep Ukraine in its hands as part of its attached territories. There is no more Russian Empire, but there is still Ukraine. There was Soviet Union, who also tried to keep Ukraine as its attachment, all right? There is no Soviet Union, but that is Ukraine. There was Third Reich. There were many different empires that tried to enslave Ukraine, kill a lot of Ukrainians. Millions were dead. Unfortunately, millions lost their lives, but all those empires, they're gone, and Ukraine is still there, and it will always be like that, because Ukraine is a cradle of resilience, and it will always be like that. So one thing I want to say is that our Russophobia is unfortunately not enough, but we are working in that direction. Because generally, my friends, I'm a pacifist. I believe that we all deserve love and peace, We are all made equal, equality and love for all, except for Russians. Fuck Russians. They don't deserve it.
Yeah.
With that, I would like to say, Roman, it's a pleasure and privilege to have you on this channel always, and also I think it was amazing travel with you together, all right, travel on the horses of your memory back to London, where I have never been, but yeah, it was absolutely amazing. You were talking about this place, and I was there in my imagination, and also it was as if I personally could see those people and talk to them through you. So I want to say that what you are doing currently is absolutely, absolutely important, because we need to have such ambassadors like you who will talk to people in other countries. It's absolutely necessary for Ukraine, because you establish connection on a personal level, and we need generally either more people like you or more of you generally. All right, so thank you so much, brother, and also big thanks to all the moderators, big thanks to all the members of this channel. Thank you so much, my dear friends. Thanks to everyone who keeps supporting our not the chat rooster, but the oh my god, but the donation, yes, the fundraiser for the drones, okay. And oh my god, it keeps growing, dear friends. Thank you so much. Those drones will be delivered to the 25th Air Assault Brigade, glorious Ukrainian paratroopers. Roma, tell me, like, if you agree with me, but generally, like, somewhere deep inside our minds, we would like to be like them, all right, like the paratroopers, like air assault, like those guys.
Come again, please, because again, sounds wasn't perfect. Can you?
I mean,
repeat the question?
deep inside our minds, all Ukrainian men want to be just a little like Ukrainian paratroopers, like Ukrainian DSHV.
Yeah.
But you have to be born one, all right? Like you have to be born one. So it's
Airborne.
yeah, airborne. Yes.
Yeah.
So those guys will be receiving those drones, and I am absolutely grateful to everyone who helps supporting this fundraiser. And big thanks, my dear family. It was such a pleasure to see you tonight. I will not keep Roman occupied any longer. And I would like to say big thanks for staying with us, having coffee together. It's always a pleasure. And since I recovered, I will be seeing you much more often from now on. I promise. Roman, thank you so much. Don't run away, all right? Thank you so much once again. As always, treat yourself with something tasty, because we all deserve that.
Bye, guys. Thank
All
you very
right,
much for your donation and yeah, and
slap
paying
face.
attention to Ukraine. No, against it. Sorry, man.
I can't do it. Oh my god. Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, not on my watch. Not tonight.
Yeah. Good night, my friends. See you later. Slava Ukraini.
Bye-bye. Героям слава.